Rico No Suave Show. We are bringing you a fun-filled show tonight with a great guest. So get ready, mi gente. Now, here is your talk show host, Rico No
And welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is me, your boy Rico No Suave. Welcome back, and welcome back. I am super ready to go with each and every one of you guys, man. Hey, when I tell you that I missed you, I always miss you like all day. Thank you guys so much for bearing with us because you already know Rico No Suave and the crew is here for you. As always, we got a fun-filled packed show for you guys today. And, you know, being here as far as a media personality, but also being able to have this show to go into 2026. We appreciate you guys once again for all of your support and all of your love, like always, everybody. All right, so I have something called story time. I'm going to take a couple minutes in regards to talk about this. When we talk about story time, everyone, we're talking about something that actually matters, or there is something that actually affects me or maybe affecting the world. Now, there's one thing that I will tell you about as far as being in the media that I do want to bring up quick because this is something that I saw. And when I seen this, it was more of, how can I say, it was more of how two personalities on, they're YouTubers, but they're also, one is a comedian and one is a person that actually gets into politics, but also to get into, I would say, kind of the African-American versus the Caucasian world. And the one guy is a comedian. I won't say their names, right? I'm sure you'll probably be able to see that. But what will happen, what's happening is that we're starting to see where people are trying to collaborate with each other and either egos get in the way, bad words are being said, and there is the male macho that comes out in order for us not to become physical. One thing that actually really, what I was very disappointed in is because there was one person that called another person and was like more of saying, you're doing this within the African-American community, or you are doing this in the African-American community, which is basically saying something. Now, he said some vulgar words, so the comedian went over and got right into the face. Now, these guys are iconic within YouTube, but also in that internet space. The reason why I bring this up because us as media personalities or people that has a talk show, when someone that you bring as far as a guest on a show, and now, once again, it's for all to be able to see and what not to do, we have to have some type of what we call etiquette in regards to making sure that, hey, we need to take that off the air and see if we're able to be cordial, be professional. And I felt when I had to look at this, and then it started just being kind of like a virus. All of a sudden, it just started going out just everywhere. And this became a problem. This became a problem as far as for the media industry, because what that does is it made them look as if they're enemies against each other. And then all of a sudden, at the end, the guy was like, hey, get out of here. I don't want to see you no more, blah, blah. And, you know, they were cursing at each other and things like that. You know, my story time and the moral of the story is that if you're going to have a debate, there's always a way to agree and disagree, right? And then you can still be cool at the end as well, too. But if it has to get to that far where both egos are in the way, that becomes a problem as far as for us in this media industry. And then what happens is you have to be careful because now we're talking about viewers. We're talking about people that love who you are. And then that image comes down. And if it spreads like a virus, that becomes an issue. So that's my story time, everybody. That's my story time for today. And it kind of made me sad, but I'm happy to see it because I'm like, man, I know what not to do, right? I know what not to do in this industry. And now that the internet is something very, very interesting. All right, everybody, let's get it on, everybody. It's time to introduce this gentleman. I want to say big shout out to the publicist, Lisa Rodrigo. Thank you so much for actually having this gentleman. But he's a Grammy-nominated gospel artist. He's also a media personality. but he does a lot, man. He does a lot. I mean, he's an inspirational speaker. He's actually out there with, speaking of media, I mean, he's actually killing it. And he's from South Carolina. My people from Sea Caroline. I want you guys to put your hands together because we about to bless everything tonight in regards to inspirational, being positive. Put your hands together for none other than my man Michael Finkley. Let's go. Michael, are you there, sir?
I am
Let's
here.
go.
How are you?
Good, man. How are you? How you doing?
I I'm super uber well fantastic.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go,
Mhm.
man. Hey, you know what? There's just so much to go over right now. But hey, I want to give you a little bit of spotlight right now because because you're actually a media personality, and when I talk, wait, and I'm so happy to talk about the journeys that you're going through as well too, from the different
Yeah.
genres or industries that you're in. But do you have any shout outs you want to give out before we get started with this party?
Any shout out? So shout out to my PR Lisa. I love you, Lisa. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be on this amazing platform and all that
Awesome.
you do.
Thank you.
And then my mama,
What's up,
the one
mama?
and only Carol Finkley Nixon.
Let's
I
go.
feel that if, of course, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here.
Blessings. Yes. 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 Let's
Yeah,
go,
and then
mama.
of course, lastly to the Fink fam.
Yes,
I
sir.
can't, I couldn't do anything without the Fink fam as well. So thank you all. But yeah, yes, it's been a amazing journey thus far. I can't wait to talk about it.
Let's go. Let's get right into it, man. Big shout out to everybody on the Fink fam. I like that. I'm gonna have to keep that. That's gonna help me keep the last name Finkley on point. Let's go.
It works. It works.
Let's get it on, man. Let's get it on. Here's the first question. We start off with the journey of Michael at 8 years old in South Carolina. And when we talk about at such an early age, you know, what type of memories or let's talk about the years because you started singing, you started developing. And we're talking about church, right? We're talking about how you were able to develop your voice with the purpose of healing. Let's talk about that because not very often you hear of something like that when it comes to that process of healing, when developing your voice and you have a gift. What was that like around that time?
I tell you, my grandfather was a pastor,
Okay.
and my grandmother first lady, and I feel like I was kind of there. And you know, I didn't realize I was being pushed, and but I'm glad I was. And so when my grandmother and my grandfather, I forget which one, is like, sing this song, and I started singing. There's a storm out on the ocean, and it's moving this way, and something just happened. I didn't want to stop singing, especially gospel music.
Yeah.
Gospel, I feel that gospel music is different, a different genre of the genres.
Yeah.
Um, and so when I started singing, I'm just like, I like this thing, and people are clapping and they're egging you on, and all this kind of good stuff. And so I'm like, I like this feeling. Most important, I like the feeling on the inside that it gave me. Right,
Mm.
I feel like I was doing something. I feel like I didn't realize what I was doing at the time, but I was really helping others. I was serving others with my voice.
Wow.
Didn't realize at the time at 8 years old, but now at the age of 36, I realize that, and I figure that more and more. And so as I continue to sing, not only am I healing and helping others, but I'm healing and helping myself as
Wow.
well. I'm trying to
Wow.
keep that cup filled so the
Yes, sir.
overflow can always be there for others. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Mr. Finkley, when we come back to the healing process at a younger age, not many young ones like myself during that time would know that I'm healing others, but I see that people are clapping and giving credit, right,
Right.
to the
Mhm.
voice that you have and being able to help define that of knowing that you are making people smile, you're making people happy. There's something called
Amen.
during that time when you're talking about healing, there's something called in church the Holy Ghost, right?
Yep.
And when we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about the Holy Ghost, and at such a young age, to be able to see how the healing process is when people come, they could be going through situations within their family, they can be going through
Mm.
health issues, they can be going through so many different things. What were
So
some of the
many.
things that you saw because since you were singing? What were some of the things you were seeing, maybe in front of the audience or maybe just in front of a group of people that kind of inspired you to keep going?
Well, first of all, I was inspired by the feeling that I felt on the inside. I feel
Okay.
that it was just something pushing me and egging me on. It's like, okay, continue because you're gonna do something. Continue. I was like, wow, I didn't want to stop. So I remember at that early age, just people clapping. They were smiling. They were
Mm,
lifting their hands.
yeah.
Some were speaking in tongues.
Oh, wow.
Some were actually crying, and I just remembered that feeling. It's like, wow, like just saying these words about this man up there
Yeah.
does all that for people. And again, I was trying
Yeah.
to just, I was overall, I was literally overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure it out. But as time went on, and I developed a relationship with God for myself, I understood more and more and more what that looked like and sound like, right?
Wow.
And so now, again, today, God still surprises me, even when I'm at church myself, still in
Yeah.
my big age, right? That feeling still comes, but it's like magnified times 10 now, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that I know that I know. I read, I pray, I bask in Him. And it's just like now, it's like, wow, God, you did it again. And it shouldn't surprise you, but it
Yeah.
does, you know? But
Yes.
yeah, it just now I understand fully now what that experience meant at 8 years old.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Because I think because at that age, because and I want to call it discipline, right? Because being
Yeah.
able to grow up in a home of discipline and understanding the rules and we call regulations of what a kid should be doing at age 8
Hmm.
to actually going close to their teenage years, when would you say, because singing the gospel versus reading the gospel, it's
Mm.
totally two different things, right? Because
Yeah.
being in church as far as with your parents or your grandparents as well, and also being, part of the pastor, I mean, that's kind of like, oh, well, what type of home I'm going to be in, if I'm
Uh-huh.
going to step into that home. When was it during the time of knowing that, connecting with your voice, and then understanding the gospel? At what
Hmm.
was that? When was that transition that you really picked up and knew that the gospel was definitely real? It wasn't just cheering or it wasn't just clapping, but more of a, I know it was a feeling, but really
Hmm.
understanding. What age would you say that you caught that?
I would definitely say my teenage years.
Okay.
Definitely my teenage years. Um, that's that strange time when you're trying to get to know yourself, or you have all the different influences out there anyway, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to get you out there to do different things in life. And so I knew I was different when I came to school one day and I had anointing oil on me. And they laughed at me. People, my classmates would laugh at me and pick at me. Why are you carrying this? And so I knew right then and there that carrying the oil, because I read in the word, I'm anointing my head with oil. My cup runs over. In the 23rd of song, and so I understood what that passage meant. And
Gotcha.
so every time I carried it with me, and they picked at me more, it's like, well, I guess I know I'm doing something right, but I'm not getting what they don't get it.
Right.
Um, so
Right.
I guess around that time, that teenage time, high school, something was different. And my pastor always says that, when you come into the church, because you pray and you're in your secret place and all the kind of good stuff at home, but you're supposed to show some sign that you've been with God when you get to the church house. And
Mm.
so I don't have to say that I've been with God. My actions show that I've been with God.
All right.
My light shows that I've been with God because it's not dimmed.
Yes.
My walk, my talk, all that kind of good stuff shows that I've been with God.
Yeah.
So once I get more understanding of the scripture, and like I said, as a songwriter too, I incorporate scripture in my songs now, even more so. I learned that from the Clark sisters. I infuse that now more than ever. So it has meaning, it has a story behind it, it has depth behind it, it has some type of healing behind it in that regard. And so, yeah, it starts at home, and you're supposed to bring that with you when you go to the church house. That's all. It's all I've been taught in my entire life. So that's why, again, I have these moments with God at home to make sure that I'm covered nowhere, no matter where I go.
Yes, sir. I like that. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. And I think that that's what also keep a lot of kids that's in church or just people that grew up in church, right? That may be
Hmm.
out of it, but still had that discipline and know where they come from. And I think one of the things is that knowing that you had that kind of discipline, and I know that they say that being of the world but not in it, right?
Right.
And being able
Hmm.
to help you understand during that time of what can I do to make sure that I stay focused, right? But also understanding my purpose, right? And
Right.
also
Hmm.
understanding the gospel of reading, the word as well as being able to sing for the world. You know what I mean? The word
Exactly.
itself, and I think that's a good thing that you grew up being disciplined in that way. So, man,
Amen.
congratulations. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Oh,
Yes,
to
sir.
God be the glory. All Him, sir. Listen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we talk about before we get into our commercial break. We'll take maybe a next 5 minutes to talk about this, but
Hmm.
we talk about the gospel music is such a strong movement, right? When we
It
talk about
is.
gospel music, or we talk about people that's in church, and you have um, big groups that sings, and you have solo artists that actually sings as well too, and you have them in different cultures
Hmm.
itself. How has you, as an artist, a gospel artist, and that movement, and we don't look at anything as far as for color, but when you do see them come together, how does that make you feel as an artist, seeing that all different cultures are coming together to sing together?
Yeah. Um, you know, we all look like him. We're all made in his image.
Hmm.
And I definitely feel that us coming together makes him proud,
Right.
makes him happy, makes him smile, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely feel that when I see it, it just means that um we're one. We're one in him.
Yeah.
There's no black, no white, no Hispanic. We're one in him. I remember one time I was living in New Hampshire, and I went into an all Hispanic apostolic church. And I didn't understand anything that was coming out of their mouth, but what I understood was the language of God.
Mm.
I felt the presence. I felt the love. I felt the anointing. And that's all I needed.
Yeah.
That's all I needed was that feeling, because you're that inner being, that voice on the inside of you, that feeling on the inside of you. If
Yeah.
something's not right,
Yeah.
it'll tell you, no, you need to get up out of here. You need to go somewhere, right? Or you had that feeling and you did something and you were like, something told me not to do that, right?
Yeah.
That's God. So
Yeah.
I didn't feel any type of way of leaving. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to bask in the anointing where it was, where they were at. They were in prayer. They were lifting their hairs and stomping their feet too, right? And so they just made me think more and more. It's like God is pleased with this. God is He wants us all to come together. There is no I feel that there is no separation. But if you believe and you know, as my grandmother used to say, then you're fine. You're definitely fine. So seeing us all together as one, oh, it makes me so happy. It makes me so
Yes.
happy. It really does.
That's awesome. Is your grandparents still with us?
Unfortunately, not. My
Oh,
grandmother passed away in 2003, and
okay.
then my grandfather passed away in 2005.
Oh, okay. What was
Yeah.
your grandparents' name?
Yes. So my grandfather, Bishop, the great Bishop, Ernest Finkley, and my grandmother Viola Finkley.
All right. Blessings
Yeah,
to them in heaven.
yeah,
That's for
yeah,
sure. Blessings to them in heaven, and also,
definitely.
definitely have great memories as far as with you, and of course with them, as
Of
well as
course.
from your younger years and growing up as well,
Yeah,
and also with uh, Mama as well. So that is
of
awesome.
course.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break, everybody. When we come back, of course, we're gonna introduce that single. There's a single that's coming up, and I'll introduce it when we come back. When we come back, everybody, we have none other than the Grammy-nominated gospel artist. His name is Michael Finkley, and a media personality, everybody. We'll be back in 30 seconds. See you soon. All right, everybody. I'm super excited for you guys to be able to listen to this song. You're gonna actually grin. You're gonna actually have a positive vibe on your face when you actually listen to this song. This is none other than Michael Finkley, and the name of his album, or the name of the single, is Smile. All right, we're gonna play this for you. Let's go.
Woke up this morning feeling so bright. Your love surrounds me, it's my guiding light. You've been so good, you made me whole. And now I'm singing, you fill my soul. God, you make me smile, you turn my world around. Your love, it lifts me high, I'm standing on solid ground. Oh, you make me smile, you took my pain away. I lift your name up high, I praise you every day. When I was down, you gave me peace.
Come on. Come on. Come on. What else do I have to say? You know, it's something that I do tell people to do when I see them every day. You got to smile.
Have to.
I think this, by what you're bringing out and what you're putting out to the world to be able to see or hear, because when they listen to this song and they hear smile is what we see for each other. Let's
Yeah.
talk about why you made this song. Talk to us
Mhm.
about
Oh, I love talking about this. So,
that.
every time I worship or I sing in choirs now at my church, praise teams, that kind of thing, and smile because that's what he does for me. And someone came to me one day and they said, "Well, how do you smile and sing at the same time?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"I don't know. It just happens so naturally." And I just, I thought about Proverbs. It came from Proverbs 17:22. How
Yeah.
laughter is just like medicine. But you know what happens first when you before you laugh, you smile. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and so because God's just been so good to me, I'm telling you, God has been so good to me. I
Yes.
literally, I think about all the things that He's done, like literally almost dying a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still here and I can still give Him praise.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, He makes me smile. I can get
Yeah.
in and out of my bed. That makes me smile. In and out of my car. I can make my own food. All that just makes me smile, right?
Yeah.
Because I know people that they can't do these things,
That's true.
or it's just the world we live in. And so all that just makes me smile. So I just sat down one day, and I was like, I need a song that just gives appreciation and gratitude
Yeah.
to him. And Smile just came.
That's awesome.
Smile just came. And so with how I write songs, I write the chorus first, and then everything else just kind of falls behind it in that regard. So yeah, it was the first, it was actually the second song I ever recorded. And I'm telling you, it's touching lives, it's helping people, especially where we're living today, right? In 2026.
That's right.
We need to smile.
That's right.
We
I
need to
like that.
smile.
In
Yeah.
regards to how you put this all together to collaborate, to be able to master it and, be able to do your music edits and being able to release all of this, who was the team? Was there a team behind this, or how did this all come together to be able to make sure you were able to release a successful single?
Yes, definitely. Thank you for asking. So I wrote the song, and locally here in my hometown in here, South Carolina, a fantastic producer. Shout out to Dion Campbell and
Dion,
his team for just making it happen. He is a beast when it comes down to this. So
let's go.
he knew exactly what he wanted to do with this. When I went to the studio and I sung the song, and a few days later I came back to him and I was listening to some of the revisions and stuff that he did, and I looked at him. I'm like, "You're having so much fun with this, aren't you?" Like he was just having a blast with it. I'm just like, "Whoa," because like he just took it to another level. Like I had some things in mind, but
Yeah.
he just made it better times 10. So shout
Okay.
out to him and his team for just making it happen.
Big
Yeah.
shout out. I love that. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
Congratulations to
you.
you and the team on this
Thank
and
you.
being able to smile as well. I really love that
Yeah.
as well. So, man, keep smiling like we're doing right now. I love to smile, man. I said, hey,
Oh,
I feel like if I keep smiling, I laugh, I'll be wrinkle free. You know what I mean?
there you
So,
go. There you go. And you never know who you might meet in the grocery store. You
yep,
might see at the gas station.
yep,
You might see at the local Walmart, right? You
yep.
just never know. And a smile, you're smiling at them, they could just change their entire mood because you don't know what
Yes,
they're going through. So
yes.
I always
Ooh,
keep one in my back pocket, even when I'm not feeling my best,
yep,
even when I'm not doing my best.
yep,
I'm always gonna put my best foot forward,
yeah.
even when I'm by myself, because I know that it's only temporary and
That's
it's gonna
right.
be okay because God has brought me out of this, and this,
Yes,
and He's
sir.
gonna bring me out of that, and that, and that.
Let's
So
go. Let's
yeah.
go. Man, I love that. And every time you say this, and this, and that, and that, I always think about milestones, milestones,
That's
milestones,
it.
goals, goals, and goals,
That's
right?
it.
And when I talk
That's
about
it.
those things, it's like we go through ups and downs within those milestones and those goals,
Yeah.
and it just makes it so it makes it so easier for us to be able to go through that because we know we went through it before. Right.
Exactly.
So, and it's such
Exactly.
a great thing, man. Congratulations to you on this, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy that you're here on the show as well, too. And
Me
once again,
too.
big shout out to Lisa. I'm sorry.
I said me too. Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, so before we take another quick commercial break, but there's one thing in regards to staying on track. We talked about how we can actually, you know, get sidetracked in some cases as a younger age, right? But now, of
Yeah.
course, that we're older and we understand there's a rule and regulations and responsibilities that we have to have. There's a time within our lives where there's other genres of music, right, that can actually
Hmm.
be tempting from knowing that where some of the very famous artists that was in gospel or sang in a choir is now singing kind of that R&B, right, as
Hmm.
well, and other genres of music. Now I know that you're specifically as a gospel artist, how is it that Michael Finkley can stay on track without being able to? Because when you're hearing other beats and you might hear other like kind of genres of music, like, oh man, that sounds good, and I know I have the voice for it. How does Michael stay on the right track with that?
God,
Yeah.
he won't let me go astray. In that regard, even when I wanted to, um, one of my favorite shows at the time was Empire, and I like the music aspect of it.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, I love these beats and stuff and da da da. And I even try to incorporate them in just like some of my songs, like in my head and stuff.
Sure.
And then I was like, it didn't work. It just
Oh
didn't work.
no.
It didn't fit. It didn't fit what God had for me. And that's what God has, different things for everybody.
Yes.
And that's just my forte. Like, this is what God has for me. In that right now, I do love the inspirational R&B. I love the, like, with CC Winans and Whitney Houston,
Oh man.
Count on Me, right?
Yeah.
I love Hero. I love Through the Rain by Mariah Carey. Like,
Okay.
those songs are if you just listen to those lyrics, there's like no reference of baby or anything like that. But it's just, if you listen to those lyrics, they're just like, I can make it through the rain, or
Yeah.
count on me and I will be there. That's my friend. Oh my gosh, I can definitely count on you, and you can count on me in that kind of regard. Or even the relationship with God, I can count
Yes.
on you and you can count on me.
Yes.
Count on Him always.
Yeah.
Um, so I think about those how it can literally, just like the Cross Sisters, they had a crossover back in the '80s as well,
Yeah.
with their number one hit, "You Brought the Sunshine."
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, if you stay true, I'm staying true to who I am,
Yep.
and because I'm staying true to me, this is how God has blessed me tremendously.
Yeah. I
You have
like
to stay
that.
true to. You have to know who you are first. That's
Right.
number one. Then stay
Right.
true to that.
I think that, and this is, I mean, it's not really kind of a kind of confusion when it comes to good music in
Right.
general, where you do have, gospel music, where of course you're singing about the higher power, right? But at the same time,
Hmm.
too, there's that everyday positive living, right?
Yeah.
Where you can actually know that who's in the background giving you that life and still be able to sing something that's kind of, I wouldn't say kind of clean. That is clean, right? That is
Hmm.
actually where you can actually make it sound like it's something. So, me, I of course I love salsa, I love merengue, of course, on the Latin side, and then
Hmm.
you have the R&B side where you're actually, or I would say on the hip hop side, where I'm from a genre where there was clean about what we talk about that's actually happening when I'm coming home, I'm listening to the beats, or I'm eating with the family, or things like that that actually have a purposeful meaning to it and keeping that clean. But that also helps me stay disciplined because it kept me out of the street, right?
Right.
So which is
Right.
which is
Right.
good. which is good.
Oh, I love that. I love
Yeah.
it. And I tell you that it gives you a gospel music, music in general plays an important role, I feel, in people's lives because it does keep you from doing things you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
It does, it's an escape for persons at times when they're not feeling their best or feeling like they're lowest, but it's kind of an escape for them to say, okay, I cried it out. Now let me continue to go.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
let me continue. Let me continue to live because I can't
Yes.
stop living. God, well, music, I feel that it does that in general, but I feel that
Yes.
with gospel music, it's just a different twang to it in the sense of, we're talking about the higher power who wakes us up every day, who
Yes.
provides for us every day, who gave us a job, who gave us our, man, look, he loved me so much, he died for me. Listen, and I look just like him, right?
Yes.
So, I get excited. I look in the mirror, I'm just like, I look just like my daddy. Look, I look just like him. And then no one can take that away from me. No one.
I love it. Before we take a quick commercial break, this is a sporadic moment for you. A nice question. You ready for it?
Let's go.
What is Michael Finkley's favorite food that either your mom or your grandparents cook for you? That if you was to sit at the table and you was to eat your favorite meal, what would that be?
Hands down, macaroni and cheese
All day.
all day. All day. I got so good at making it myself. I make it every year for the family now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and it's so funny you asked that question because literally, like, just randomly a few days ago, I was thinking about my grandmother's mac and cheese. I just ran. I guess I was just hungry that day, but I don't know. But I just was thinking about her macaroni and cheese, and I was like, oh, I remember how she did this and how she used to do that, and she only made it for special occasions, like for holidays only, basically.
Okay.
And just like just remembering those good times, with her.
Yeah.
So it was just a random thought. Oh, where did that come from? I'm like, okay, I guess it's good to have. But thank you for asking that.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Once again, everybody, you already know it's none other than the Grammy nominated gospel artist and a media personality, which we're going to come back and talk about next. His name is Michael Finkley, and you already know it's me, your boy Rico Noswar. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in 30 seconds, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Feeling sluggish? Struggling with stubborn weight and visceral fat? It's time to reset with Fupa Water. Packed with powerhouse ingredients like spirulina, turmeric, and aloe vera, Fupa Water is your daily detox and hydration boost all in one. Flush out toxins, energize your body, and say goodbye to that stubborn belly fat. Ready to feel lighter and stronger? Get yours today at fupawater.com. And for a limited time, use code RNSS for the Rico No Suave show and get an additional 10% off.
And welcome back. Welcome back. Michael Finkley, you having a good time?
I am having a
Let's
blast.
go.
I'm having a
Let's
blast.
go. Let's go, man. I'm having a great time with you, man. You know, there's always got to be a part two when it comes between me and you, Michael Finkley,
Yeah,
because time is not always on our side,
it's
and
not.
the show is almost over. We got a few more minutes of like
Oh,
10, maybe 11 minutes, right? Left for
oh.
the show. But we got to talk about the media personality. It's always good to have another media personality on the show. And I know you're also an inspirational speaker as well too, as we call it, as I like to call it, as a public motivational speaker, right?
Yeah.
Because you're talking to the world, right? You're giving them great things. The media personality, you got some awards for that, right?
A little bit.
Okay, okay. Talk to the world. Tell us about that. What was that about? Tell us how you got into the media. And
Oh.
let's talk about that surreal moment of being able to retrieve or receive an award.
Definitely. So shout out to the network I'm a part of. Shout out to the CCR Media Network. And there were just a network full of podcasts who try to make a difference. And so I've gotten several awards from the network alone, for ratings, for hosting and that kind of thing. And then the world started to see me. And during Grammy weekend, during the World Entertainment Awards in LA, we were awarded the Best
Yay.
Podcast Award. So I'm like, where'd that come from? I'm like, wow, I love it. We love it. And then this June, there's a association out of Canada who recognizes amazing music from across the world. We were nominated for podcast host of the year through their organization out in Canada. So we are heading to Canada for the first
Awesome.
time ever
Let's go.
in June for that award show. So the accolades are great, but that's not what it's all about. They're great to say that we did this and we're recognized in that and the other, but it's about the people that we touch. And I'm
Yes.
sure that you see this on a daily basis as well
Yes.
when you're reading your Facebook post or your
Yes.
YouTube post or whatever media that we're on, and you're seeing people that say you inspired me, you
Yes.
encouraged me,
Yes.
you did all
Yes.
these things for me, and now I can do this, and this. That makes the
It
difference.
does.
That makes the difference.
It
So that's
does.
why we turn on these cameras every day or every week or what have you,
Yes.
to make that difference in the world.
That's right.
And I'm so glad. There are many times maybe you had the same sentiments. I wanted to quit so many times. I was like, are people watching? Are people
Don't do
getting
that to me.
it? Are you? Is it really? Are they really resonating what we're doing? Because I don't know, but God always sends a sign.
That's right.
He always sends a trace of him, letting
Yes.
us know that you're doing good. And he, like,
Yeah.
even when like I said, I wanted to stop, I couldn't because something on the inside of me wouldn't allow me to stop.
That's right. I think
So
taking that piece, and I tell a lot of people that's in your caliber as well, but also people that's coming up, is that being able to stay humble through the whole
hmm
process of gathering up all of your fame from credits from people that love what you do is the
yeah,
best gift, right?
yeah,
But
definitely.
there is a time where that time where you say you don't want to do something and you get motivated to do it, people may feel that through not, I mean, we don't make sure that they feel that, but we feel that while we're doing what we love to do, and it gets us out of that realm and it makes
Yeah.
us even better. You know why? Because
Mm.
sometimes when we don't want to do something and when we finally get into it, we're thinking ourselves that we did it in order for us to get better at it. And it's such a reverse psychology. But when you get that award, that award is just there for you to say keep going.
Keep going.
And I love that. I love that you have that, right?
Yeah.
Because when I get some awards as well too, I'm like, this helps me and the people that see what I'm doing, and also people that want to get motivated as well too, and say hard work does pay off
Yeah.
because this is what you love to do, right?
Yes.
So this is my flowers to you, saying that awards are really good. Of course, the credibility from people that we touch is even better, right? So
Yeah.
it all comes into play. I have one more question. That's all. I got one more question.
What's that one more
Bachelor, you
question?
have you have a degree in English, a BA in
hmm
English. You have
hmm
masters in education and science.
hmm
Congratulations of another milestone or three milestones that you actually accomplished. With that, being knowing that you actually had that from college, or
Hmm.
you studied and you mastered it, no pun intended, art of music, as well as being a public speaker and being a media personality, how has that helped you with the foundation of having those degrees?
Um, that's a good question. Um, and this past December, I defended my dissertation, so I'm a doctor. It's Dr. Finkley now.
Let's go.
Uh,
Should have changed the name. We might want to change that name. We
oh
might
no,
might
no,
change it
please,
right
please,
now. We might
please,
change
no,
it
no,
right
no, no,
now.
no, 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 no,
Don't tilt us.
no. I say that with anything in education that you want to achieve, like you said, it takes discipline. And with that same discipline, I'm able to bring that same, because I also teach students the aspect of transferable skills,
Okay.
right? And I feel like discipline is one of those skills, right? One of those soft skills. And so when you're disciplined in something, you're gonna see it to the end. And so when you're disciplined in it, and you have the confidence that you're disciplined in it, then
Yes.
it makes it that much more easier for you to achieve something,
I see.
right? Even though it gets hard, it's you know it's going to take a little bit more time. You may have to stay up a little bit longer at night. You can't go on the vacations or outings like you want to at times. You have
Yeah.
missed some things. It's definitely giving discipline. So once you have that under your belt, you conquer that, you can do anything you set your mind to.
True.
Anything that you
Yeah.
set your mind to. And so that's what keeps me going. And then I always think about the bigger picture of it all too. Um, Someone's out there waiting on me. I don't know who it is, but someone's waiting on me to teach them something, or someone's waiting to
Mm.
have a conversation with me. So I have
Mm.
to finish what I have to have started here. I gotta finish
Okay.
it. I gotta keep going.
Let's
Gotta keep
go.
going. Yeah,
Wow.
because this is way bigger than me. You know, my name's
Yes.
on it.
Right,
Right? Our names are on this,
right.
right? Our names are on this, but it's bigger than our names.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that because knowing that you have that is a discipline of knowing that you have the education behind it to understand that there's a foundation, right? You have the foundation of how to be able to know how to keep going. I think your very educational journey was when you were 8 years old,
Oh,
and being able to be with your grandparents and being
yeah.
with your mom as well too, and being able to learn that path. And then when you got into school, you knew exactly what time it was to be able to be disciplined, which
Oh,
we
definitely.
will, which goes to our next segment of flashback photo. Yes, so we have flashback photo. Ooh, who is that little guy there? So tell us, Mr. Michael Finkley, aka Dr. Michael Finkley. Please tell us who that little kid is. We need to know.
Oh my
We're
gosh,
gonna actually,
that little
let's put that
kid.
photo up. Let's keep that photo
Yeah,
up.
keep that up.
Yeah, keep that photo up and let's see, let him talk about it.
That kid was maybe 3 or 4, maybe three. I'm thinking three. That kid was terrible. He was in anything and everything.
Yeah.
He, if you would get in trouble, he'll try to, even at a young age, try to talk his way out of it. But he was just a little terror at times. But when he loved up on you, he loved up on you.
All
When
right.
he felt loved, he showed it.
Yes.
When he did listen, he was the cutest thing in the world. Um, and I look at that picture, and I can say I'm proud of him.
All right.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
He had a lot of lessons to learn
Mm.
to get to where he is today. But at that age, I can say that I'm proud of you and I love you.
All right.
I love you. Yeah.
All right. Man, you know,
Yeah.
it's very touching because the reason why I like doing this is because we have to know where we come from, but also for yourself. I'm so glad that you went back in your younger years to talk about where you are right now, to tell your younger years how much you're proud of them.
Yeah.
And I want to say that having a memory like this of where you come from and know where you're at right now is such a blessing. We're
Yeah.
blessed to know that you are here with us today and your family and the people and your angels behind you. Now, when I say the angels behind you, that light is shining so bright on the screen that it looks like an angel behind you. And I have to say, because you're being on the show with us today, it's because there was a reason why you're here, because the angels are always with you. And your angels are your grandparents and the other angels that don't know you, that's waiting on you always to wake up and go throughout your day. So I'm blessed to actually have you on the show today, Dr. Michael Finkley, because of who you are. And also, you're always making us smile. You're making the world smile. So thank you for that. I appreciate that a lot. Appreciate that. I have something else for you because
Yes, sir.
get it don't get worse. It always get better because the Rico No Suave show is giving out shirts to the gems of the world, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh.
Hey, I give this, and I think I've said enough in regards to your flowers, but I always love giving out more flowers and tulips. When I tell you in regards to this, you are a gem of the world. We know that you're a gem of the world. The Rico No Suave show gives out this because there's a meaning behind of what you're doing. Because of
Mhm.
who you are, Dr. Michael Finkley, you are a gem that just keeps on shining. And when you see that brightness and you just smile, it makes us smile too. So I want to say welcome to the Rico No Suave show family. This is for you. I'm sending this to you too with pride, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Of course.
Oh.
Of course. Dr. Michael Finkley, um, I got to say some hellos to some people that's in the chat because there's live people that's in the chat. And I think, you know, there was a question that was asked about your music by Donna Marie Bird, and you answered the question already in regards to how did you do you make your own music and things like that, and you
Yes.
kind of answered that already, and you do. So she's like, "Oh my God, you answered the question." John T for Free is checking in with us as well too today. He says, "Just got off of work, but I finally made it." Thank you so much for tuning in with us. Lisa Rodrigo is just saying, "Hey, now." Everybody wants to go to Canada with you, so you know just what they're saying in the comments. But Lisa Rodrigo is actually saying "hey." Now in Canada, they say
Hey.
"hey."
Hey.
So when you get there, be like, "Hello, eh? What you need, eh?" Right? So maybe she's just getting already getting you ready so you can say "hey" when you finally get out there in Canada.
I'm with it.
So, any last words you would like to give to the audience before we let you go, sir?
Yes, sir. This is how I end all my shows. After speaking with some incredible guests and their journeys and, where they come from and how they got to where they are and what they're working
Yes.
on and all that kind of good stuff. I always ask, what's their next biggest dream? And so within that, I want to tell the persons watching right now, pursue your dreams.
All right.
Like I said, someone is out there waiting on you. Don't you dare
Yes.
be selfish to sit on what God has given you. So
Mm-hmm.
always, always, always pursue your dreams.
Let's go. That's the biggest words that we always want to hear is dream. And it
Dream.
always comes true when you go forward to it. But Dr. Michael Finkley, thank you so much. You know, as you can see, everyone, His Instagram is Michael Finkley Show, but we're going to put that up there. So make sure you go ahead and check him out there as well, too. Make sure you please go ahead and show him some love. Send him a message saying they really love the show. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. Make sure you follow him on Instagram as well, too. Of course, we have all my promotions one, which is Lisa Rodrigo. So please make sure you go ahead and follow Lisa there as well too, the publicist, aka maybe the agent, aka the manager, aka everything. You know what I mean? All my promotions. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow them there. But Dr. Michael Finkley, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and we will definitely have you back in the future because we want to keep in contact with you. We want to know more about the accolades and the things that you're continuously touching people. Is that a deal?
It's a done deal.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking
Done
about.
deal.
Let's go.
Done deal.
All right, Dr. Michael Finkley, I'll see you later. You take care of yourself. Everybody, put your hands together for Dr. Michael Finkley. Yeah. All right, everybody, it's your boy Rico No Suave. We got to get out of here, but we have to show you our social media as well, everybody. It is our website, www.riconosuaveshow.com. Make sure you go and show us some love there. Here's the next one. Ba-boom. It is Rico No Suave Show on Facebook. Yes, go ahead and like us there and love us. The next one is Instagram. Yeah, we got it too. Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you go and show us some love. Follow us there. This one's a big one because it's YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as just follow us. Turn on that notification and make sure you continue to follow us there. Here is the last one. Mixcloud.com turns into audio only. So you can actually turn this into audio while you're driving and listen to Mr. Dr. Michael Finkley and me, Rico No Suave, as you're driving and enjoying the inspirational goodness. Everybody, we got to get out of here. We hope you had a great time as far as on the show. But everybody, thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next time as we end off the show. Just like this. Let's go.